Someone hands you a task. The first feeling is usually not confidence. It is fog. You are not sure what they really want, how far it should go, or where to begin. And here is the part nobody says out loud. The person who gave you the task often does not fully know either. They have a rough idea, but the finished shape does not exist yet, in your head or in theirs. Nobody is holding the answer. And still, someone has to start moving. If that feels uncomfortable, listen closely. That discomfort is not a sign that you are behind or that you missed something obvious. It is simply what the start of real work feels like. Almost every meaningful task begins right there, in the unknown, with no map. So most of us wait. We wait until we understand everything. We wait until the instructions are clear, until we are sure we can do it perfectly the first time. But that day of perfect clarity rarely comes, and while we wait, our hands stay still and time slips away. There is a better way to work, and it comes from a small change in order. Instead of understand, then act. Try act in order to understand. You do not wait for clarity before you move. You move, and the movement is what creates the clarity. The moment you actually touch the work, vague questions turn into specific ones. The fog gets thinner, and you start to see what you are really dealing with. It also helps to remember something we tend to forget. Every document, every procedure, every system that now feels obvious and permanent, all of it started as nothing. At some point, a person sat in front of an empty page and made the first rough version, when no template and no example existed. Every system around you had a first person who simply began. You are allowed to be that person. They had nothing you do not also have. They just started. So how do you begin when nothing is clear? It comes down to 4 moves, and you will go through them again and again. First, set a temporary goal. You do not need the correct destination, just a working one. Write it in one sentence. Basically, I am making this. It can be wrong. A wrong goal you can fix beats no goal at all, because once you name a direction, you can see what to check. Show that rough goal to the person who asked early. You will find the gaps far faster than you would by thinking alone. Second, and this is the heart of it, make a draft. A draft is a rough first version built so that it can be knocked around. Going from 0 to 1 is allowed to be ugly, full of blanks, clearly imperfect. Aim for 60 points, not 100. Speed matters more than finish here, because only when a rough shape exists does the conversation move forward. Label it clearly as a draft. Say out loud that it is meant to be torn apart. Suddenly, it gets much easier to put it out into the world. Sketch the whole thing loosely and leave the appearance for last. The skeleton comes before the polish. Third, take that draft to people. Do not carry the weight alone. Notice the difference. Asking with a blank page in your hand is hard and vague. Asking with a draft in your hand, "Is this roughly right?" gets you far better answers. Take it to more than one person so you can see where they agree and where they differ. Asking is not weakness. It is the fastest and smartest way to move in the right direction. Fourth, refine. Take what you heard, work it in, and put it out again. Draft, feedback, revise, show again. That loop is how the work gets sharp. Do not try to finish in one shot. 2 or 3 rounds are normal, and here's the quiet truth about finishing. The end is decided by the deadline, not by perfection. At some point, you draw the line, you hand it over, and you let it be done. When you get stuck, it is usually for one of a few familiar reasons, and each one has a simple way out. Perfectionism freezes you, so put out something rough and fix it later. You try to carry everything alone, so bring a draft to someone early. You keep waiting to be told exactly what to do, so form a guess and go confirm it. You start with how it looks, so build the substance first and worry about the appearance last. One last thing, and it matters most. Everyone, including every capable person you admire, started exactly where you are standing now. Not knowing. Working it out as they went. You do not have to understand everything before you begin. Make the draft. Take it to people. Refine it. Do not wait for the day when the preparation is finally complete. With the hands you have right now, take the first step. Move and let the understanding catch up with you.